and we shall begin seated. I have the things I like. I have my blankets and have my blocks. I got these little bolsters on Amazon. They're really nice. I like them too. Oh, but I won't use one of those today. Just having some blankets, a little bit of height under the bum, and let yourself shift around a little bit from side to side and from front to back. And as you do, you can kind of move the fleshy bits from your sits bones, kind of swaying a little. Nice, like a tree in the breeze, a short tree. You're nice and anchored by your tailbone, by your hips, and then arriving into of a tall spine, nice tall baby tree. The crown of your head extending towards the heavens, and your tailbone, and your pelvis sort of anchoring, rooting you to the earth. Bring a hand to your belly and a hand to your heart. To take a moment to notice how you feel, and to accept yourself with compassion for your human experience. Allow your jaw to relax and your eyes to soften, and notice your breath. And allow your breath to sink into the nooks and crannies of your lungs with ease, like water, like raindrops on receptive earth, sinking in, nourishing. Notice your heartbeat. And our breath really is an excellent anchor to return to the present moment, to bring ourselves back from wherever our minds like to go. Let your hands come down. Bring your legs out in front of you and bring your arms out. And we're going to move wrists and ankles. And let your fingers splay as you rotate and your toes point and flex. Coming into your extremities, encouraging release of some of the stiffer places. We all have our sleeping patterns, and uh, might wake up a little stiff just in general, getting stuff moving. Kind of massage your hands a little bit. Giving your hands a massage, you can kind of rub the area between your first finger and your thumb. You can rub your hands together. Rub your hands as though you're applying some hand cream. The drier times are upon us. And so just giving yourself a little movement. The colder times are upon us, and our tissue tends to contract. So giving yourself this warm up of your hands so that the tissue further up and further in can release as well. Rub your wrists as well. Give them a little massage. One and then the other, going back and forth. Truly is your experience and your practice. Oh, while your feet might be moving around, your toes might be wiggling, or feels good there. Take a deep breath and sigh. Gonna widen your stance, and we're gonna make some circles. And hip circles sometimes will, or circles at the waist. Sometimes we'll do them with the legs crossed. But I think this feels kind of nice too to do them with the legs extended long. You can have your hands in front of you. You could even have them up on a little height and play with that. I kind of like having my blocks under my hands for this. This can be kind of nice. Just feeling that stretch and press your heels into the earth as you allow for gentle movement. Seeing if you can inhale half of a circle and exhale the other half of a circle. As you continue, you can kind of relax a little bit more into it. Perhaps your legs start to release a little, your low back starts to release a little. Hopefully, it feels nice. Maybe your head is kinda coming forward and over to the side, so you're getting a stretch on your neck as well. So we'll go the other direction. Listen to your breath. And I've been in yoga classes where I was kind of directed to breathe kind of intensely. Ujjayi breathing, breath of victory. Find it in certain yoga practices, and then I went to other yoga practices and they said, no, you should just breathe. Your breath should be sweet and soft, and you shouldn't, other people shouldn't be able to hear it. And so I've come to some place in between, like with everything, and what is right and what is wrong. And I think what what is really helpful about listening to your breath or moving along with your breath is to just be more aware of it. When we bring attention to our breath, it changes it. It changes things. It encourages us to process a little bit more of deeper tension, different emotions as well. And breathing into your back body. And coming back to center, and you could move blocks out of the way if you're using them. In a bend one leg, doesn't matter which one it is, and have that foot sort of looking at you. You might even give the middle of your foot a massage. Go ahead and sort of rub the ball of your foot, the area where the ball of your foot meets the arch or bubbling wellspring, kidney, one acupressure point, stimulating the um, encouragement of your kidneys, kind of giving them a little encouragement this morning. The water element is the winter season, and the kidneys, urinary bladder, of just encouraging those organs to function as optimally as possible. And I'll find some lateral stretches. Bring a hand to your leg and bring the other arm up. Maybe the fingertips extend towards the ceiling. You can move your hand and move your wrist. You can open up and then reach out in front of you and open and reach a few times. Your head might go along with you. You might bend your elbow a little, just kind of reaching feel into your back ribs. And take a deep breath and let it go. We're going to come back up and kind of lateral stretch the other direction. Kind of like this movement going one way and then the other. You can let your fingers extend towards the ceiling and then maybe they reach out in front of you or over, and you can bend and straighten your elbow, your hand that's on the ground if that feels good. Giving yourself a nice stretch, moving however your body wants to, moving your wrist, your fingers, and then we're gonna kind of flow through a lateral stretch, coming one direction and then the other direction. You might bring your hand down and lift your hips. I kind of like to do that and reach your fingertips up and then bring your bum down. Come to the other side, and you can play around with this movement. If lifting the hips doesn't feel good, you don't have to. But if you lift your hips, you might find that stretch extending into your hip flexors, and that can be nice too. I know I always feel better after I've done some stretching in the morning, just a little movement, or even in the evening. Doesn't have to be too much, but a little bit can make a difference because it's the flow of your energy. I'm gonna come back to center and um, have a butterfly. Let your soles of your feet come together, sitting up nice and tall, and take a deep breath here and let it go. And I extend the other leg and give your foot a little massage. You can poke around at it, and whatever feels nice here. Working the ball of your foot a little, pressing on the bubbling wellspring where the ball of your foot meets the arch of your foot. Taking a few breaths into the bottom of your foot. And I know that, each of us, we like to walk, and giving your foot a bit of attention and affection because it does such a great job. It's such a great job. Let's have a lateral stretch. Bring your arm up, fingertips towards the sky, move your wrist, and then if it feels good, you can kind of reach over towards your toes and out in front of you and open back up. Play around with where your arm wants to go, where your neck wants to go. Listening and allowing your breath to help inform you as to what is going to work, what is working. We're going to go to the other side. Sure. Arm extend towards the ceiling, opening up, and then reaching out in front of you or off to the side, playing around with the stretch and the connective tissue that is directly affected by it. Maybe your shoulder blade or underneath of your shoulder blade. You kind of breathe into that space. Your chest, your side ribs. Let's go back and forth a little bit. Kind of drawing a rainbow in the sky. I wasn't here on Sunday afternoon, but I heard that there was a beautiful rainbow in Forest Hills. Beautiful rainbow, and but it was very complete. And someone had taken a picture of it and sent me a picture of the rainbow, and that's super cool. Drawing a rainbow with your fingertips and breathing Your breath informs you of what feels right, what needs a little adjusting. And then we'll come back up to a tall spine and bring your soles of your feet together again. We're going to do a little bit more seated stuff. Take your hand to the outside of one of your knees. I'm gonna find a twist here. And you could just have your feet like this, or you might bring your other leg so that your knee comes straight out from your hip, sitting up nice and tall and twisting away from the leg. So this is something where having a little height under your hips can be nice, and you're lifting and twisting, looking over your shoulder. You can come back to center and to the other side, going towards your leg. You can grab your abdominal stuffs and bring them over, lifting up and twisting, looking over your shoulder, coming back to center. Another option is if your leg wants to come to the outside of your knee, or ankle wants to come to the outside of your knee, you can kind of have a little bit of that cow face pose. My cow's jaw is askew. The feet are the ears of the cow, and you have the jaw and the nose there, cow face pose. You can kind of play with that a little bit and sit up tall, maybe lean forward if that feels okay to you. Again, it's all right if that is not going to happen. It's no big deal. It's an option, something that I haven't had us do in quite some time. So little options are nice. It's a pretty good stretch on the outside of your hip. I'll come back up to center and back through your cobbler's pose or butterfly. Readjust yourself and then bring the other hand to your leg, bringing your knee up. And if it feels okay, you could have your knee come straight out from your hip. Sit yourself up nice and tall and twist away from your leg. You're looking over your shoulder, taking a few deep breaths here. And come through center to the other side. You can grab your abdominal stuffs and sort of bring it around with you. That helps. That helps me quite a bit to find a taller spine. I'll come back to center, and if you can, you can bring that foot to the outside of your leg, and you can play around here a little bit with cow face pose. And my left leg is way stiffer than my right, and you might feel the same. It's like, woo, I'm not going very far there. That's about all that's happening. I might hold on to the leg and bring it in. And I like it. We've done this lying down, and that can feel really nice too. When you lie down and do that cross of the legs, that can feel really nice, and it's less intense, different places, but nice to have options. If it feels good, you might lean forward a little. I'm feeling good just like this. Take a deep breath and ah, let it go. Unwind your legs, bring them out, and just kind of bounce your knees. Bounce your knees. Let's kind of pat down and up your legs a few times. And we shall come to tabletop. So making your way to tabletop. And I'm going to keep my blocks out of the way because we're going to do a few different things here. I do like to have a blanket under my knees. Let your wrists come underneath of your shoulders. How about some cats and cows, or cows and cats, letting your belly dip down to the ground and then rounding chin to your chest, playing around there, moving your spine, letting your breath be your guide, kind of your navigator, letting your body move slowly and feeling the stretches where you do. I always really like the pressing through my palms, letting the space between my shoulder blades expand. The back of the heart, back to front. Coming back to a tabletop, let your right toes come behind you, press through your heel. And if it feels okay, let your left arm extend out in front of you. This sunbird, sometimes people call it, having a nice engagement of your abdomen, and your thumb is facing up. Maybe you lift your back leg if you'd like to for this kind of a spinal balance posture, and you're looking straight down. Your back of your neck is nice and long, and then bring everything back down. Knee comes down to the ground. Let's do the other side. Stretch out your leg, press through your heel, extend your arm, thumb facing up, and kind of engaging your low abdomen, drawing it towards your spine. Maybe you lift your leg if that feels good, and it becomes more of a balancing sort of posture, and you're reaching and stretching like you're being pulled in two directions, and you're breathing all the while. And bring your hand and knee back down, child's pose, knees further apart, and extend your arms out in front of you. You can let your wrists sort of relax, and if your forehead can come either to the ground or to a block or a blanket, and rock your forehead from side to side. Just breathing and stimulating the point on the forehead, the calm, the spirit point. Your jaw soften, and find some stillness, and take a few breaths into your back ribs, listening to the sound of your breath. I'm going to come into a Sphinx pose. Forearms on the ground, let your hips scooch down, and let your feet relax. Your low body relaxes, and the palms of your hands press down. Press into the thumb side of your wrist, pressing it down and looking at the space between your thumbs. So we're going to play around with the arms here. I'm going to do a couple different things. One is going to be a side lying posture, Vishnu's couch. I'm going to scooch those out of the way. So coming all the way down to your belly, and it doesn't matter which arm you do first, reaching one arm out, and you're kind of pushing yourself onto your side. And your arms coming as straight out from your shoulder as it can. And your legs are stacked. I have a nice kickstand here. And lifting your head, looking kind of straight down towards your toes, and then bend your elbow and let your head rest in your hand, if that works. If it doesn't, that's okay. You can just kind of rest your head down. If your arm, this doesn't work for your shoulder, you could let your arm be out more in front of you, and that's okay too. So here you are. I'm just kind of balancing here, breathing. And this itself is a nice stretch for your neck. Your hand is holding your head. You can really relax your head into your hand. Good stretch for your neck. You're looking down at the corner of your mat at your toes, getting that stretch. It's a good stretch for the inside of your arm, for your ribs. And take a deep breath and let it go. Come back to your belly, and we'll switch sides and extend the other arm out from your shoulder. Again, everybody's different. Maybe this arm doesn't quite like to come straight out like that. not, then it can face a little bit more forward and your head can just rest down. Or you can let your hand be the kickstand. You can look down at your toes, lift your head, and bend your elbow. Let your your head rest in your hand, and you're looking down, and you're getting this sort of passive stretch in your neck, and you're breathing. And there's a lot of different stuff going on here. Balancing on your side body is an interesting experience. Now we're gonna come back to center. Let your hands stack. Let your forehead rest on the back of your hands. Bend your knees and windshield wipe your legs from side to side. You might just let your feet make circles on the ceiling. I'm drawing a little Venn diagram with your feet. Taking a few deep breaths. I'm going to do another couple arm stretches. The next one's going to be half cat tail. And so you're going to take one arm and extend it straight from your shoulder. And your head comes down to the mat. You're looking the opposite direction of your arm. Your fingers are coming straight out from your shoulder. You're lying on your belly. You have your other hand kind of under your other shoulder to help to push you. And maybe you start to roll open. You start to roll open, big stretch on your shoulder, kind of opening up the chest a little bit. You might not go very far, or this could feel really nice. So as always, just listen to your body, having that kickstand hand to help to hold you up. And breathing, always the most important thing. Your breath is that barometer. It helps you decide what's working and what needs adjusting. And your jaw, notice where there's tension. See if you can relax it, release it a little, and then we'll come back to center. Let's have a little baby cobra between sides. So press into your hands, they're under your shoulders, elbows come in, and you can lift yourself up and then lower back down. And we'll do the other side. Extend your arm straight out from your shoulder. Let your head face the other direction. Your cheek is on the mat, head is on the mat, and then start to maybe open yourself up to kind of get that half tail stretch on your shoulder. You might bring your foot behind you. You can kind of play around with this. And my arm, this left arm, is totally different than my right. Totally different. You notice what is working for you, what you need to change. And your breathing and your breath is helping you make those determinations. Come back to center, and we're gonna make our way back into a child's pose, getting there however you do. And maybe this time your knees come together and your arms extend back behind you with your palms facing up, and kind of breathe here and breathe into the backs of your lungs. And it's been a lot on your shoulders. Hopefully they feel a little more open and a little more relaxed. Your neck as well. And make your way into a tabletop. And we'll come into downward facing dog if that feels good to you. Lifting your hips. You can pedal out your heels, shift your hips from side to side. Let your upper body release. I like to bend to my knees and then really press through my palms and let my chest come towards my thighs. And that's a good way to get that length through your spine. Let your head and neck soften, and take a deep breath and let it go. Bring your knees back down to the ground. Come into a low lunge. I'm going to grab my blocks. I like them on the highest setting. Doesn't matter which foot comes forward. Coming into your low lunge, and we're going to stretch the hip and then stretch over your front leg, playing around with that stretch. That's one of my favorites because I just think it is helpful. And our lower bodies are definitely more heavy, they're more dense than our upper bodies. And you're getting that stretch in some of the deeper tissue. It's helpful for us to feel like we're a little lighter, I think, throughout the course of our day, not quite as heavy, as sluggish. Come into your low lunge, and the same foot that's forward, press that hand into the ground. We're going to get a twist and kind of an open twist. So opening away from the leg, fingertips towards the sky. And then we'll do a closed twist. We'll bring the other hand down, press it into the ground, and maybe bring your hand to your upper leg, or maybe reach your fingertips up and you breathe there. Hmm. And bring your hand back down just to keep things even. We'll just come to the other side. So bring that knee down because you might have a different foot forward than me. Bring your other foot forward and stretch in your low lunge and pulling your hips back. That I call it half Hanuman. Hanuman is there's so much mythology and in Indian thought, and it's really interesting stuff. And I'm not really well versed on it at all, but is a monkey god who kind of leapt across the ocean. And so they call it Hanuman when you see somebody who has kind of is in this full split. You'll see that sometimes in silly yoga magazines or posts that don't mean anything to you and I. That's what it's referencing. It's each posture has a whole mythology around it too. Again, I'm not well versed on it, but I'll reference it now and then. Come back to your low lunge, and we're going to start with an open twist. Press the same hand as the foot into the ground, and then open yourself up and open away from your leg. So that's why it's open. It's not constricting your belly. And I'll come back, bring the other hand down, and now it's more of a closed twist because you're going towards your belly. And you might even kind of lift your belly stuffs and bring them up towards that leg and breathe. And come back down. We're going to come into a forward fold at the top-ish of your mat. And let your upper body relax. Let your feet be mat width distance, and let your head and neck soften. You can sway a little. And slowly roll up to standing, taking your time. Nice and slow. And come to the top, shoulders come up to your ears, and they roll back down. Do that a few times. Let your shoulders come up and roll down. You can bend into your knees a little bit. I love the way that feels. I'm just going to find some different arm swings. So adjust yourself so that you won't whack anything, and let your arms swing forward and back. Let your fingertips come together to touch. We did so many of those deeper stretches in your shoulders. So hopefully they're feeling nice and open. To be gentle with our shoulders, just like our lower bodies are more yin in nature and they're heavier and denser. Our upper bodies are more yang in nature. They're kind of airy, and especially our shoulders can easily damage those. Gentle. I'm gonna let your arms come down, and we'll swing the arms from side to side. Again, making sure you don't whack anything with your hands, like a elephant's trunk. Your arms are just lumbering across from side to side. And I'll come back to center. I root your feet into the earth and you're gonna twist. And as you twist, see if your twist can come from the bottoms of your feet and up your legs, up to your hips, and maybe your arms whack your body. You can even knock on the door of life, letting one hand hit your chest and the other hand hits your kidney adrenal area, finding a balance there between the water element, our winter solstice, and the fire element, the summer solstice, and our water element, our instinct, and our fire element, which is more our intuition, the direction that we're going, and balancing those two. Lovely to consider, that we came from so many people having relationships and so much love and different experiences, and that's our water, where we came from, and our fire is where we're going, the direction that we're encouraging humanity to go. That's really cool. And so when we do things we enjoy, when we just enjoy life, simple things, makes a difference in the macrocosmic experience and collective humanity. And come back to center and bounce a little. Just bounce, 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 and just let tension just flow off, just sinks into the earth. And she just takes it, just loves us very much. Just take it from us. Any tension that's on your back, on your shoulders, on your chest, legs, and just falls right into the earth. And take a deep breath and let it go. And we're gonna come back to center and stand with a hand on your belly and a hand on your heart. We've come so far in your practice, and just notice and breathe and offer yourself that compassion towards your human experience. Smile into your experience. Feel your breath sink into every nook and cranny. We're going to come down to the ground through a squat if you can enjoy that enough. And if you can't, bring your bum to the ground however you do. But in a squat, it's just good to practice a squat. And it really is very good for our knees. Even any of us have knee issues, and this is really helpful. I'm speaking from experience, and it has been very, very helpful for my knees. And taking a deep breath and letting it go. Bring your bum to the ground. We're gonna find a little chest opener. I'm gonna do a gentle chest opener. I'm gonna take a blanket and I'm gonna fold it lengthwise. And so I've got that blanket here. I've got another blanket so that you don't want your chin to be pointing up. You want your forehead to be higher than your chin. So I've got my second blanket that I'm going to use to help prop my head up a little better. And I have your blocks off to the sides, wherever you'd like them to go. And to, have your spine supported, usually you're going to have your sacrum a couple of inches away from your stack blanket. And lying back, I'm going to keep my knees bent and my feet on the mat, knees together. I'm adjusting my head support here, making sure that my chin is again a little bit closer towards my chest, and your shoulders are falling off of the blanket. You can kind of play around with where you are. And when I'm in in-person classes, I see people do all sorts of things. And since we're on Zoom and I can come around and be like, oh, this might feel better. And usually it does. But on Zoom, something that's nice is that you can really adjust things to your specifications. You have to be more um taste testy. You have to just taste test and get yourself to a place that feels good, let your eyes soften, and just rest here for a few moments, letting your shoulders relax. We did all of these different shoulder stretches and arm swings, and you're just kind of letting everything soften into that support under your spine. Allowing your focus to come to your breath as your breath sinks into every nook and cranny of your lungs. Listen to the oceanic sound of your breath. And now rolling over to your side to remove the height from under your spine. Scooch it off to the side, and you can come back and you're gonna find a supported bridge. You might have a block that you can put on the lowest setting, or maybe you take that folded blanket from under your spine and place that under your hips for less height and more softness. And from your supported bridge, I'm going to play around a little bit with your legs. And see if you can extend your left leg long, making sure that you have that support under your sacrum, but not under your lumbar spine. And then bend your left knee, bring your foot back down, let your right leg extend long. So, kind of playing with this stretch that you get through your hip flexor. And breathing into that stretch. Bend your right knee, bring your foot to the ground, and now again extend your left leg long. And if you feel like it works okay for you, you can extend both legs. Again, this is a nice stretch for your hip flexors. It Our hip flexors shrink, our muscles kind of shrink when we sit a lot, and that causes low back pain as well. And so you're getting a stretch through your muscles, the hip flexors, and be there for a few moments. Sometimes this can be a lot on your low back. It is for me. And so then I'll bend one knee and have my foot pressing into the ground, and then I'll, bend into the other knee and extend the other leg. So you can play around with this just for another moment or two. And it's a great thing to do at the end of a day also, I think. Just having that supported bridge, having a little height under your hips, and then extending your legs like that can be really very restorative. Bring your foot back, bring both feet to the ground. We're going to bring one knee in towards your chest and then straighten your leg out towards the ceiling. Now your one leg stretched out towards the ceiling and your other foot's on the ground. And we'll switch. Bend that knee, bring your foot back to the ground. Bring your other knee into your chest and then press it towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, bring your foot to the ground, and then bring both knees into your chest and press your feet towards the ceiling. And you're in this waterfall, a little bit of height under your hips, and very restorative, very good for the kidney chi. Our kidney chi is the chi we were born with, the kidney, the water element, where we came from, our instinct. We only have so much of it that we're born with that lasts throughout our lives. And I just want to encourage the kidney chi that we have to function as optimally as possible. It mixes with the air we breathe, the food we eat, our movements and experiences to enhance our life experience and help us move in the direction of our fire, of our purpose, our joy. Let your feet come back down to the ground. Press your hips up. Remove your support. Bring your hips down and your knees come into your chest. Rock a little from side to side. Bring a hand on each knee and make circles with your knees. So now circling your hips, circling your knees. And see if your circles can slow down and you find an inhale through half of a circle and an exhale through the other half. And go the other direction. Let your feet come to the ground and be mat width distance. Let your hands rest on your belly and both knees fall to the right. They come to center and fall to the left. You can continue, and maybe your breath comes along with you, inhaling to center, exhale to one side. Just moving with your breath. As your hands gently massage your abdomen. And come back to center and make your way into your final relaxation. You might bring your hands to your hips, press your buttocks down, and extend each leg long, or maybe your knees stay bent. Maybe you use a bolster or a pillow under your knees to offer a little more support to your low back. Maybe your hands rest on your abdomen or down at your sides, but wherever you are, get yourself comfortable. Perhaps you even cover up. Give glasses, removing them, placing them off to the side, and just letting your body soften. Uh, as you rest here, when your mind wanders, bring your awareness back to your exhalation as your low abdomen falls towards your spine. Each exhale is a new opportunity to come back to center, back to the present moment, back to a little more release and rest. You're welcome to stay here as long as you'd like. But if it's time to transition, begin to deepen your breath small movements with your fingers and toes. Letting your movement make its way up to your wrists and ankles. Give yourself a full body stretch. Maybe a yawn. Or a sigh. And bend your knee. Roll over to your side. And slowly press your way up to a seat. Making small movements, shifting from side to side, front to back, and let your tailbone root down into the earth. The crown of your head can extend towards the heavens. And bring a hand to your heart, a hand to your belly, and offer yourself kindness, compassion, peace, and love, and a smile. Namaste, friend. Thank you so much for coming this morning. I really hope that helps you to feel good throughout your day and that you're ready for whatever comes your way.